The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. Have you seen the Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's front yard? The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. By their own words, they were not seeking to know our Creator or Jesus. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. So why is there a single letter O in the Hebrew text 1,095 times? No proper English was used? The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. As the text is revealed, you can taste the writer's style of wording. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. All right, I guess I'll get started with a little mess up at the very beginning. Sorry about that. But this was going to be chapter 24, and I'm looking for the hidden format by the first writer. So I will explain what I'm doing as I'm going along, but right above me is kind of how I start these and pretty much recording these for history. So once I put all the books together, that everybody now knows what I have done with the text or why the text that will be there, where it came from. And I'll try to put it in all steps as I go through. Because if I don't know how many times I've said this before, but our Creator has made me see Him 8 times, and this is Jesus's prophecy. I am sent here to do what you see me doing here. So if you're watching, this is prophecy right here. What I need to do here is everything is running. I guess my voice is okay. After Nebuchadnezzar, the king for Babylon, had taken away and if you noticed anything here, if you've been with me before, it is the 4 verse here, because these two are hooking like this, and this needs another sentence. Now, I know by the, oops, I forgot to pull that up yet. Sorry about that. Let me pull up this screen here and double click on that so you can see this is the King's timeline that I have made from our Creator's hidden formats. And you can see who the last king is here. And I've shortened his name up for everybody, or at least for me. Taken away captive, and it has to be Hezek or Zedekiah. Zedek. Yep, that's what I'm going to put here. And this is not the right answer. Now this may be true, but I'm not sure if that needs to be there. I'll leave it there for right now. And oh, by the way, at the end of the video is usually when I clean everything up, and it usually takes me 2 hours to do this. So if you want to go right to the end and take screenshots, because what I'm working on, it takes me a while before I put up the text. Because I'm in the middle of a mess right now. I still haven't updated any of the stuff for the last year on my website. So, but hopefully Wednesday it will be updated, and I'll put new links in the description box below in the YouTube section. I can't do that on Twitch, but if you want to know like where heaven is located, how Jesus defines what is Holy Spirit, those videos are below. If you think you're a righteous person, meaning you put our Creator first and you live very much by his rule, by his laws, commands, there is a video that every male can do for a witness that there is another dimension of time and space, and there is life after death. But if you challenge those beings that you're going to visit or visit with you that have already left this earth, they might want to try to kill you. So safe enough for 13-year-olds if you go by that video. It's very important you do that. I've got specific warnings in there. But you'll be interested in that video to know that that is the path our Creator has given me to give to the world. And if he wants to redeem you so others, males, can say our Creator made him see me, then that video is for you. But like I said, you better be very good, because otherwise you're not coming back. Okay. Captive Zedek. Now this I don't need, but if we're going to say who he is, the king. I could have put it in first person this time and say our king for Judah. Even though he is corrupt, he is their king. So, and then like this, I try to control the words by giving them different representations of the lettering. If you can see, if I put like a capital letter here, you can see that this is not as high. So this is when I'm showing that the Judah as a nation is corrupt and against our Creator. If it was as high as the other letters, that's to show the reader, or for the reader to understand that when they're reading that Judah is a good nation at that time. Okay, our king for Judah. And this I've already got noted, so that is not right. And this, they aren't looking for craftsmen. They're looking for people to make captives out of. But brought them to Babylon. But the thing here is he's not going to take Sadiq all the way there. Sadiq is going to end up dying. And I missed the... I'm going to let it sit here like this. And not worry about it right now. I'm going to probably have to clean that up after I finish editing this chapter, for the simple fact that I know that he is going to be captured at the Jordan River, but he's going to, him and the captains, his commanders, are, and maybe his advisors, are going to be captured trying to escape. So when it says officials, it really means commanders, but maybe this is a 3-verse, because I'd have to say that, and then I'd have to say and brought some of them, and that's too many words. But anyways, that's needs to be edited later. I can't do that now, and that does happen from time to time. Now here we have no start for a vision. Okay, but this seems to be a vision. So what I've got up here is separate, and they pulled text to start someplace else. I got to get it below this line here to work with it. YB. So he's in a vision so far. The text is missing. So YB showed me. YB showed me. It can't be behold. It's got to be like they appeared. So appearing showed me the appearing. Whoops. Of 2 baskets of figs. I this word, this has to be setting. Setting before. This is always a house. Our Creator called the house a house for meeting with Him. A temple is where the pagans put their idol or figure of their god. And we learned that when the Philistines took the chest that had the 12 commandments in it, but they were out of it, but they took it when they were in a battle during the day of Eli, and when they put it in their temple, their idol fell, and then later we see it fall the second time, and it broke its arms off. So this is always, a temple is never described for our Creator's house. For YV. It's not a house of YV, okay? So the deceiving of their words are everywhere. So, but here I've got a problem. Because I'm seeing this is going to be a nice 3 verse, and this could be a 3 verse. Because if I got rid of this, had bad figs. Not to be eaten. Not because this is like afterthought of what it is. So, and the other basket had bad figs, not. If I put the word that, and I would put should here, should not be eaten, to be more truthful. So I'm going to add this, and I'm going to change this to be should, and do this. Should not be eaten. Okay. Now if I work this backwards, one basket had good figs. Like, why is that got a hyphen between it here? Did I do that? Because I think they don't have, oh, this is 24. So let me take you to 24. Oh, they did have it. So it's, okay. See, first ripe, but it's just actually ripe figs is what should be used. So add good figs. If I'm using that should, and then it's not like, it has to be that were. Okay, I'll just leave it the way it is. First ripened. Ripened. Ripened? That doesn't sound right. And then it's kind of like ripened. Okay, now they're going to get rid of the second P for me. Okay, now I can get rid of this. Like ripened figs. Okay, now this is 3 and this is 3. What's going on here? Now, whether they're by the house for a crater or not is the decision I have to make. 2 baskets of fruit I could have by the house for YV or setting before. If I put by, that's pretty much what this is. So I'm going to say it's going to be a 3 verse by adding this and then getting rid of this text. And then it's going to be the intro and needed this to get to this word here. Because the appearing of 2 has to be, then it's the baskets. But maybe if it doesn't need figs. The appearing of 2 baskets. And then I could use setting by the house for YV. And let me do that and get rid of this, because then 1 basket and this, and then there's the figs. So, but appearing of 2 baskets, 2 baskets set by the house for YV. Okay, I think that's good. The appearing of 2 baskets set by the house for YV. Okay. 1 basket head. But this is telling me that these 2 are hooked together because the subject changes here. So yes, there is this verse here, or this grouping is missing. So now that I know that, I'll just go on and say I've got to start now for this chapter of finding 2 to hook together, or at least the correct 2 hooking together. When I'm seeing this, it's a question, so asked me. Then why they asked me, what do I see? And it doesn't need to be this name. What do you see, Jeremiah? And then he answers. So I do need this. And I need this. So much for my editing. Then why they asked me, what do you see, Jeremiah? And this is a question mark. So this has to be the comma, and that'll be the period. Okay. I said figs. Good figs. Good figs that, no, good, let's see, good figs that are good for eating. And then this is, and I'm adding this, so I make it all gray text. So now I've got, this is the answer for this, but there's got to be more to the subject. Now, when this happens, this, I can just tell by the skills of this writer that these next two should actually complement these two. So the best writers have not only these two hooking together as a large paragraph, but another two that will hook together and make the largest format or paragraph. So, and bad, yeah, I'm going to use this word. This fuchsia colored is text that's being added to the text of 1977, and I'm using the 1977 NSAB text. I gotta say, should say that. I've said it a few times, but not in this video. And bad figs, and since I like that word, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna add it. And bad figs, that are very bad, that cannot be eaten. See, they got that rottenness in there again, but I don't need it. So, very bad. Well, maybe I could, because we already have bad. It's two bads here. So let's get rid of the one bad. Use only one bad. And then just say, this is now truthful. And bad figs that cannot be eaten due to rottenness. Okay, that's very good. Now we have what he means by saying he saw bad figs. And this, I said, those two go together, so. But that isn't, that's, maybe I've got this wrong. Maybe these two hook together. And then this comes down. And then he's asking here. And then this would be like this. And then this. No, it can't be that way. So that just tells me that their text is missing something here. But if it's going to change, see, now this is like introducing like a prophecy or a vision. What do I got way up here? I said it was missing here. YV showed me. So let's see here. No, these are words come to. So see, the first, this here has to be a vision. The word vision has to be here somewhere. So this I'm not going to use, because if I'm going to make a text, I need it. I can say I'm adding it anyway. I don't need to say I'm pulling these verses up. I, Although I'd like to use the word then from here and everything else. Then YV said, but I'm just going to add it. Then, what am I doing here? Oh, this wrong keyboard. And I'm taking this text here, even though I'm going to do that to show that I'm moving that text to here, that word to here. And if I just put ID here, and I can say that I'm changing that part, and that way everyone knows I've manipulated the word. Then YV said, I don't use this. Israelis. And this would be meaning the word Israelis is a meaning that I make sure that says that our Creator, these are following our Creator at their way of that He's commanded them to obey the 12 commandments and obey His laws and statutes. And then the word Jews is used for those that are onto the female goddess and things like that. So here, Israelis are, are like, okay, now I'm adding this, are like, don't need this, the good. Now, here's where the text, I could just say that if I start here and get rid of all this text, then YV said, the good figs are captives from Judah, are the exiles from Judah, not captives, but exiles. Exiles from Judah. So this text, no, it will be exiles. Maybe I have this wrong. I'm not sure yet. So let me go up here where I have the word Judah. That's bad. This means the bad nation, Judah, like that, whom I will send out of this place. Okay, now this is telling me that I can just see that this subject is going to change. To keep it 3 verse, in here, and this is Chaldeans are part of Babylon. They kind of sided with them and said, we aren't Chaldeans anymore, we're Babylonians, but we're going to live as free as your subjects, and we'll pay tribute and all that, and we'll even help you go down there and conquer the nation of Judah. So this has to be Babylon. Babylon. No, don't need this. but I will use this. To the land for Babylon. And it does seem like our Creator is talking to him in a vision for sure. Sent. He doesn't send out. He is casting them out. Or casting. Well, I guess I could use the word casting here. This word is specifically being used because when they were to atone for their sin by bringing a sin offering to the house for our Creator, they were to say that, yes, we have committed, we didn't obey one of the 12 commandments, and so we want to atone for that to be able to be forgiven. And if they're forgiven, then they get to stay in the land. And if our Creator told the priests they're not forgiven, then they were to be cast out of the land or out of the nation of Israel. Later, when it's told from Nathan to David about David's son is going to be a king in heaven, and he will have a kingdom forever, which is why we go to heaven, is these rules then fall from not being cast out of his kingdom. So the word cast is very important to be used the way I'm using it. So I'm going to say that I'm adding that part of it, but they are related as a casting out. You can't do casting and leave it alone. That has to be connected. Whom I will cast out, because it hasn't been done yet. Not that I know of. Okay. Now, because this is a text that's just starting off with Babylon, and it's only chapter 24, and we got 60 of them, this is going to be telling them what they're going to do. In regards as good, Levy said, Israelis are like the good fat figs. So I'll regard them as good. Now this would be like the remnant that's left. Because he's going to come down and kill off many that have went on to the other gods, which is the sun god Ra and the female goddess that's known as the moon goddess. The good figs, so I will regard them as good. Well, I guess that could be a subject. Okay, a 3-verse right there. I don't know why I was so confused on it. So I will regard them as good. And will be exiled. And I'll regard them as good, and they will be exiled. Now it has to be removed or sent. Because he's doing this. Either or, it's him doing this. So I'll use the word sent from Judah. Whom I will cast out. Well, I don't know if this is a 4-verse now or not, because these aren't going smooth like I know they usually do. When that happens, it's changing formats. I will cast them out to the land for Babylon. Because if you're cast out, we already know they're from Judah. So that's a double of the text then. To the land for Babylon. But he's going to bring them back. So the thing here is it's got to be a but here. Oops. But this is the and bring them back again. But this has to be sectioned off here because there's enough text to make 3-verse. To the land for Babylon, but I will what is he doing with them up there? Because they're going to be obedient to our Creator. Because in 40 years, they're going to be sent back to the promised land. So this has to, how do you say that? Not set. I will make. This word has to be make, because our Creator is the ultimate potter. He can shape and do whatever he wants here. So he's going to shape these people into returning. So I will make them, I'll make them better by them being sent and they're being more obedient. I will make them I will make them I could say returnees, returnees, returnees in ESS. Is that? I don't know. I'm guessing here at whatever I'm doing here. Is there such a word? Returnees. There it is. Yeah. Okay. There is such a word. Returnees. I'll make them returnees. For I will bring, or I'll bring them back. Not again, these words are related so close to each other. I'm not going to say I'm adding this word. I'm just going to say this is close enough to say that I'm replacing the word, and it's true to the intent of what the word is saying. So, and to the land for Babylon, and I'll make them returnees, for I'll bring them back. That's pretty good. And then but if I got the word back, I don't need these words here. And I do need this word. Bring them back, and in their land. This is not like it's the promised land here. So I will bring, and in their land I will rebuild them. And not remove them. Or not remove them. In their land I will rebuild them, and not remove them. Like a plant. Whoops. I need this. Don't need these. Like a plant. And not uproot them. I think that's pretty good. I didn't think it was going to work that smoothly. But I need to say that this is my word here, so I'll just make it my word and say, okay, got that. They're coming back and going to rebuild them. And then now we should have text of saying Jesus is going to appear. Okay, no, he's not going to say that here. I can see down here, we got to get to what the bag fits, what he's going to do with them. So we know that all of them are not going to end up being good over time. So this text, I don't think, is really truthful enough to keep. Because if they were all obedient to our Creator, we wouldn't have bad people at the time Jesus returns, especially the priest and the king, or the priest and the leaders, judges, lawyers, didn't care about what our Creator was doing. They would, anyways. But the bad figs that cannot be eaten due to rottenness Now this is not. But the bad figs that cannot be eaten due to rottenness, they're the ones that he's going to kill and so they don't return to the land. So I'll abandon them. And this is saying that this is separate. There's missing stuff. There's missing text here. Okay. And that would go with this. So because he's got to now get down to what these bad ones are, and this is what's missing, that he's going to kill them off. But here would be this: I will abandon them. He's not abandoning them. Abandoning is not going to be here. Let me work with this text here. This got to say, but the remnant. Now, by what that starts out as is when they're taken captives, they are not going to be all the sick, the poor, the elderly, or not the poor, the sick, the elderly. Sick, elderly, and those that can't travel the 500 miles that they got to go are going to be left. The remnant. But this here, and not of, but in. This would have to be the Judah. And I have, let me go get this here, because that needs to be put. I might use it here, but I know I need it here now. The remnant in. Not the remnant, but the remaining. Well, it could be remnant in Judah. Yeah, that's where it is, remaining. Remaining in the land. I had a hard time here trying to use the word ones. Are the ones who will live. What do I say here? But the remnant in Judah remaining in this land were the ones. I still need the word there at the end. Or here. Let me see how the word here is first. This has got to be. Remain in the land will live here. And this has got to be this. Are the ones to be here? I still need to add the word here. So are the ones, and I don't, in the land. And I really don't need any of this text then. And like that. Now the ones in Egypt are known as the ones who fled. This will be Ezra's returning when Ezra returns with them. So in the land of Egypt, I will make them a terror and evil for all the kingdoms of earth, as a reproach and a proverb taunting the cursing in all the places where I scattered them. That's absolutely wrong. Then I will send a sword, famine, and pestilence upon them until they are destroyed from the land. Which, no, he's going to send them away as captives. And you can see I'm not prepared here for this. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's a 3-hour one right there to do that many verses. Because I'm already, an hour into this text. And this, I don't have enough to say that. Anything besides this. This has got to have something here it's missing. And then I'll abandon them. I will kill them. Because it's got to be kill. Because he's going to have the Babylonians, the Nebuchadnezzar's army, along with the Chaldeans that are going to appear there, are going to kill them. And then take the rest, which is above here, the good figs. And he's going to tell what happened here. But here, I don't need this word. I will kill Zadik. King. I think I had this problem before, didn't I? For Judah and his sons, and I gotta add commanders. It's the ones that would be fleeing with him, so and his commanders. But his bad figs that cannot be eaten due to rottenness. Now that I have the word, I will kill them. And then this has to be, but the remnant is going to be, and there's no text here. The remnant will dwell there, and those that flow, well, it just drops off. So I didn't know this was going to be that short of a video. I should have been paying attention when I cut this up. I was trying to do too many things. So what I got to do is take this, go down to here, say save that, and then bring this up, put it here. And this is where you should have your screen capture ready, or get it out, get it ready. You can see I'm learning how to make longer macros. Yeah, so oh, that's right. This was separate, and I don't know what's going on here except for that I know there's 2 verses missing here. So let me just okay. This is like it's already been done. Anyways, let me get down here. I was stuck on that. I was trying to make sense of that. And then this would be separate. And the bag fits due to rottenness. No. I said those 2 are going to be there. So this goes down, then it's got to catch up. There's got to be 2 here. And then it's got to have 1 space here. And then there's going to be 2 spaces here. And I got to get rid of that text. Be like that. But if that is connecting to here, then it'll be like that. And now I need a double space here. But if I do that, then I don't need this text here. Although it could be the start of the next breakdown. I don't know, I have to keep that text. And then this is grouped and I don't know what's going on. So you can see that there's going to be pieces here. But chapter 24 is not very long. And now I'll bring it down here. And that's enough that you've got the screenshot for that. So, oops, I didn't know that was there. I'm glad I stuck it down there, so there's more. And then I guess I'll call that an evening or a day, and for the day anyway. And then I'll get back and I will start again. I'm streaming 2 times a day, 6 days a week, and I will be compiling all these to make one complete book. But just to quickly glance at what I've got, just to show you how the beauty of it looks like when you see it from far away, that you can see that all this text is, there's a lot there that tells the true story. And I'm pleased with what's going on right now with the text. So, but I'm going to stop the stream and talk to you later. Have a great night.